Yeah, persistence, stubbornness. I think that's the number one thing.
Have some goals and be prepared to work hard and love what you do.
My name's Todd Bailey. I'm the co-owner of 13 Feet Tattoo in Sydney. And welcome to my store.
I'm Katie. I'm one of the co-owners of 13 Feet Tattoo. When we started this, I didn't expect that we'd have 3 shops and a tattoo convention. We really just set out to open one business, but it naturally grew and we just moved along with it.
Why did you start your business?
I always wanted my own shop. I just had a vision, a bit more friendly, a bit more customer based.
We always wanted to create an artistic environment for the artists and for the customers as well, for them to feel welcome here.
How important is it to know what you're working towards?
You need to have a goal so that you stay on track, so that you're not getting lost in everything that you're doing.
What have you done to improve customer experience?
We have an online booking system.
Customers can be browsing our site, say late at night, and then decide, oh, I'd love to book in for this tattoo.
So you can sit on your couch and look through the artists' portfolios and then book an appointment for the next day. It's been a game changer.
It is important to have a point of difference. Think about what your competitors do and what you can do a little bit differently.
Another thing that sets us apart is we are constantly consulting with everybody. You can leave ratings on everything these days, and that's how people gauge things these days. You know, they look at the ratings on Google. We ask them to leave a review, every customer.
How did you minimise your startup costs?
Todd and I really used our skill sets that we had. Todd was a carpenter before he was a tattooer, so he used his skill to lay the floor and do what building work needed to be done.
So I could only afford to do the floor to the doorway, and then we had a sheet up so you couldn't see behind it.
And I used to work doing corporate office work, so we used both of our skill sets to start small, I guess, just using what we had, and then growing from there.
How do you plan and ensure you're staying on track?
When we're doing something, I tend to make a list of goals, you know. I'll list all the aspirational goals, I guess, why am I doing this? And then I'll list the financial goals and what it takes to get there. And then I think of, you know, any challenges as well, and I write it all down. It really helps, and then it's all on a piece of paper and you can sort of stick to it, because you tend to get a bit lost in things when you're starting a business.
How do you manage your finances?
It's really important to have a good understanding of your cash flow and where the money's going in your business. I work together with my accountant on this, and I think he plays a really important role in the business.
How important is having a good team?
Well, it's huge. You've got to have good people around you to have a good business, because it's impossible to know everything.
Being so overconfident where you think you do know everything could get you in trouble, so it's good to seek advice from others, but it doesn't have to be always professionals. If you're starting small, it might be good to ask friends or family.
Did you work with a business banker from the start?
In the beginning we didn't. You know, I just opened a business account with ANZ and started doing my banking through there. You need to be able to know what's your business expenses and what's your personal expenses. You should be separating them. As we started to grow, I did seek out a business banker to help me. It's good to seek out experts.
What mindset does a small business owner need?
It's a long day every day.
It's definitely a wild ride starting a business. You know, it's not a simple thing. Perseverance is a big one for Todd and I, and sometimes you feel like you want to give up, but you have to persevere through.
You have to be ready to tackle as it comes. It's not always a good day, but the good days outnumber the bad for sure.
How important is marketing for small businesses?
Without marketing, you're not going to be able to get your brand out there. You need to have some sort of marketing plan. As the years have gone on, I've sought out help for marketing from a professional, but there's a lot you can do yourself.
What's your top tip for someone starting a business?
Oh, it's so layered. I don't have one particular thing. Every day is like a box of chocolates.
The most important thing is that you love what you're doing.